Hello and welcome to the second video of Whispers from the Wood. Today is a beautiful day and I'm sat underneath this oak tree not far from where I live, and I'm having a moment of slowing down and taking notice. I'm sat with lots of lesser celandine all around me, so loads of yellow. There's wood anemone, mainly white, some pink. We've got some foxgloves coming up next to me. The sun is shining. There is also a smell on the air of the wild garlic that's still in abundance everywhere. It's just coming into flower, so it's coming to the end of its season. And if you want to know what to do with that, we've got videos on how to use that in recipes. And my husband and I were investigating this oak tree. We wanted to know whether it was a sessile or an English oak. And whilst looking, I found a treasure. Now, I found probably 2 or 3 of these in my lifetime, so it's always amazing to find one. It's very tiny, it's a feather, but it belongs to the jay. This tiny half blue feather is from the wing of the jay, and they're the most beautiful feathers because they have these bright blue stripes along one side of them. The jay is a corvid, so it is a member of the crow family. It might not look like a crow at all, but it definitely behaves like one. Now, I found this jay feather right underneath an oak tree, which in itself tells a story. The jay eats acorns, and in one season, a single jay can collect 5,000 acorns. It will cache the acorns, so it will store them, so it can feed itself well into the winter. It will store them or bury them under leaf litter, or it will find nooks and crannies in the bark of trees or natural holes in the ground. The jay will return to eat most or as many as it can find of these acorns, and the rest, they germinate and create new oak trees. So the relationship between the oak and the jay is really vital. Unlike its black cousins, the jay is quite a colourful bird. It's got grey, peachy colours, it's got a white rump, there's black on it, and there's this flash of blue. When we actually spot the jay, it's usually because it's flying away from us, because we've actually made too much noise approaching the woodland. And it's that white of the rump and the flash of the blue you'll see as it disappears to get away, because it's such a shy bird. Or you might see it hopping between the trees. Sometimes you can hear the jay, and to me it sounds a little bit like a squirrel. It's got this harsh, screechy noise. If you Google it, you'll hear the sound of the jay. This is definitely going to go into our nature museum, which is a collection of things we find in the woods that we consider to be treasures. Now, if it hadn't have been for me slowing down, taking notice, rather than walking from A to B, but to actually pay attention to the detail and the little bits and things around us, I would never have found this. It's tiny and it was amongst the leaf litter. So there's a lesson, isn't there, to slow down. Stop along your walk as often as possible, investigate, explore, and you can find your own treasures. So I'll see you next time for the next lot of Whispers from the Woods.